Hey guys, it's Mr. Bradside here, and today we are doing episode 4 of my step-by-step Terran guide. And today we're going to be focusing on upgrades. So to start off, we're in the Legacy of the Void unit tester in the arcade. And I'm just going to kind of showcase the difference that it makes. So right now the blue team just has stim and combat shield, the red team has 1-1 stim and combat shield. So I'm going to do this for 1-1, 2-2, and 3-3 just to get an idea of how much difference it makes. I'm only going to showcase with Marines right now, and then we'll kind of just see in the game, like, you'll be able to tell, like, oh yeah, like 10 Marines survived, or this many Marines survived, and whatnot. So we're going to make it 25 on 25. We're going to start, we're going to attack, we're going to select everything, and we're going to stem. And we'll just see. Okay, so 13 units from red remain. That's only with 1-1 difference, which is a fair bit. And now we're going to go for 2-2. I'm going to do the same thing. So we had 13 survive the first time. We'll see how many survive now. So we'll attack. We'll stem. And as you can see, this time it's really not close. So 20 units remain. So now 3-3. We're going to start. Select it all. Attack. Stem. And 22. Did it just get lower? Wait. Really? So it can actually be a bit RNG on this because they're not all in a straight line. But 22 again. So just to check that math. Stim pack. Okay, 18. There we go. So as you can see, it makes quite a bit of a difference as opposed to 3-3. We'll see how we go. If they both have even upgrades, we stem. Let's see how we go. As you can see, it's already like the blue team's actually going to win this one, but barely. And they had 3 Marines left. So just as a kind of baseline, that's how much difference upgrades make. You go from a, what was it, 2 upgrade advantage. Even a 1 upgrade advantage, you survive with significantly more units, and it becomes less of like a you need to micro or this is the stuff like you don't have to micro as much and stuff like that. So I'm gonna jump into a game. We're gonna play it pretty standard as we have with the other games, but we're just gonna focus on getting those upgrades earlier and making sure we have an upgrade lead, just so we can kind of showcase the difference it'll make, because I'm going to try to have less units than them for these fights. Not too much that so much that I lose, just enough that I can still win the fight with a few units because of the upgrades. So the way it's probably going to work is when there is a fight, I'll probably leave a chunk of my army back and move in with some of it, and we'll see how their army can handle fighting with an upgrade disadvantage and slightly more units maybe. So I probably could have done that, added an extra 5 Marines to the other team, but that's okay.
Ready. Sure thing. Not enough minerals.
Well, matchups is pro, just good luck, have fun, friend.
SCV ready.
Okay, so I'm going to be doing the standard thing that we always do, playing it safe. So if you remember the other lessons, we need to make a lot of workers. So we're going to focus on workers. We're going to focus on being safe, making sure that he can't cheese us. He's a Protoss, so there's a few things he can do. And making sure that we get the units that we want. So that's our Marines, our Marauders, our tanks, and our Medevacs. And now with the new focus of when can we squeeze in our upgrades. Because getting an upgrade advantage, as we saw, can make all the difference, even if it's just +1 at the start, and you don't go for like +1 attack, and you don't go for the +1 armor. That's still going to make a difference. As we saw with 1-1, we survived with about 10 extra Marines. And that's technically a 2 upgrade advantage, 1-1 to nothing. Against Protoss, we're pretty safe to expand Australia on the low ground. Unless he's cheesing, but we'll get a bit of info when we get our Reaper out, so we'll do that now. That's a depot, not a barracks range. And there's the probe. So you always got to keep an eye on this. You don't have to like completely and blindly just follow it, but you need to make sure that you're aware when it goes in and out of your base. I can queue up my Reaper to follow him. He goes into the fog over here when there's no real need to, so we'll walk over, give him a bit of a chase, back on the workers and drop the mule. Okay. So I'm going to move him across. I'm not going to attack any workers. We're just going to go see what he does. And we're going to get the tech lab and the factory. So you don't want to get them too early, but I would recommend trying to get the engineering base. Which for anyone who doesn't know, that's the building we need for our inventory upgrades. We want to try and get that around the... We want to up by around the 4-minute mark. What's he got? He has a lot of upgrades and a lot of gateways, sorry, and no gas. So I'm actually going to go for a Marauder first. And his natural's up. Okay, so that's interesting. So we're going to go for him about now. We have about, as you saw, about 400 extra resources. See, in this kind of situation, one thing we can do to prevent taking too much damage is this. The Reaper's attacking, he swaps targets, and you can do that. So, nothing too strenuous there. Just some simple circle work. Let's do this. So, I slowed down my orbital slightly, but again, that's okay.
Research complete.
We'll hotkey up our energy base, and we can get 1-1 now. Firstly though, you do want to get stim pack. Sorry guys, I have been really sick, so I haven't been able to upload much lately. I'm going to get a bunker. I'm going to get a bunker because we saw earlier how many gateways he had. And I'm now going to send that Reaper out one more time.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Yeah, I don't really have a gas income at the moment, but that's okay. Get our third gas, and we're going to start +1 attack. When we can, we'll get a start on what's he got? Oh. We didn't really get much info there, that's okay. I'm going to build my missile turrets now in my mineral lines, and we'll put those guys there and a depot. Alright, I want to wait. Now we have enough gas for that, so we got our stim pack on the way, probably our most important inventory upgrade, and our 1-1 for inventory. Oops, let's make that a reactor. Get a couple extra guys, make sure we've got 3 on the gases. Make sure our depots are on the way, can't be getting supply blocked. And right now we're looking pretty good. You know what, we've got 37 workers, I'm pretty much ready to take a third. I just don't know what he's going to do. So I'm going to use my next bit of energy here for a scan. I'm going to get my first tank. I don't have the gas just yet for any medevacs, so we'll get onto that, and here we go. Oh, don't want that adept to get in.
Add-on complete.
This is going to kill a couple of workers, but the trick here is to not panic. So he's killed... Oh, he killed the Reaper as well. So he's killed one worker. Does he get another? No, he doesn't get the Marine.
Go on.
Which is pretty important for us. We can now do that. My resources are starting to float a little. Take my third and get an armory. So in case anyone's unsure, the armory is going to give us access to 2-2.
Research
so we're going to need that one. Did I drop him? I dropped him. I didn't scan. Oops. See, that's exactly what I kind of don't want you guys to do, is I got distracted and forgot what my plan was, which is okay. It's not the end of the world.
Upgrade
Right now, I'm going to keep floating things, so we're going to get a couple of extra barracks. Armory's almost done. How long we got? 15 seconds. Pretty much right when the armor upgrade's done. Is when that'll be done. What have we got over here? We have workers. I can't see any tech. Okay, so he's got nothing crazy. I don't want to forget combat shield. And now +2's on the way.
Ready for dust off.
I just want to keep making sure I'm getting barracks.
What's going on?
And now I can even get my weapon upgrades for my tank.
SCV ready.
Again, we can build the deeper wall out here, and I can move my army forward. I kind of want him to sit here in the middle of my my third, just to make sure.
Additional supply depots required.
I can't build here. Roger.
And we're going to make sure everything comes over here. So, actually what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go out for a little bit of an attack and see what he's got.
Go, go, go.
None of my... Oh, there he is.
Complete.
SCV ready. It's go time.
There's a fair bit of an army here. So I'm going to run away,
Command center
kill that
upgrade
immortal.
Complete.
Ready for pickup?
Run everything back. It's actually a lot of units. He has no upgrades and we have 1-1. So we are at a bit of an advantage here. But don't panic. Just keep doing what we've been practicing. That isn't hotkeyed for some reason. Keep steaming up our army and he's going to run away.
Mineral field
That was a
completed.
surprisingly strong attack from him. But again, if we didn't have our upgrades, we're in a bit of trouble. Let's bring this back.
Picking up or dropping
Do our
off?
little drop trick there. Keep stimming the army. And we're going to clean this up.
What's going on?
Ready for dust off.
I did have to micro a little bit. I did a pretty simple micro, just the starter step.
Mineral field depleted.
And he's going to keep coming.
SCV ready.
Mineral
I'm guessing
field
that's because he
depleted.
will still have his warp prism there.
The other boss. It's your
Just
night.
look away and cue that up.
Upgrade.
Let's have a blast. Go, go, go. Sure thing.
And do this.
Oh,
So that was actually really close. He had a bigger army than I thought. I'm guessing he doesn't have a third.
boy.
So we're scanned for that.
Not enough energy.
For anyone who's wondering what I did there during that fight, because we had such a unit disadvantage, I did a stutter step.
Run, son. Go.
So for example, a stutter step is where we stim, we attack, then we move back, and we A move backwards. So you A move, attack for a second, walk back. A move, attack for a second, walk back. Let's keep building our things. We can get 3-3 now.
Armed
Oh,
and
he's a
ready.
coming, boys.
On you. Who wants some? Sure.
Let's have a look. Again, I don't want to get too distracted. I want to make sure I'm working on
Add-on
my economy.
Complete.
Let's have a blast.
And there's no third here. So here we go. We stim, attack, run away. Attack, run away.
Mineral field depleted.
Simply like that. Nice and easy. I will do a video focusing on more micro-array stuff.
Oh, it's on.
But for now, that should do.
Go ahead.
I have 80 workers. Okay, I definitely don't need that many.
You gonna give me orders?
Let's just stim in. Again, he has +1. We have 2-2 with 3-3 on the way. I'm going to run close, attack. Run close, attack. Because I have stim pack, I can stim and chase him and I'll outrun him. And then my concussive shells from my marauders will slow down his units.
Oh yeah.
Let's go home, keep getting those.
Ready for dust off.
Does he win this? He's actually going to win this fight, so we're going to
Light
retreat
flight
here.
Need something blown up?
Go, go, go. It's about to get heavy.
What's that?
Mineral field depleted.
We're going to make this a planetary. Going to get our +2 vehicle upgrades.
Ready for dust off.
This better be good.
And he's
Add-on
going to try to
complete.
attack. When I get 3-3, it'll be at the point where pretty much no matter what he has, I'm going to be able to kill him. Because I have way too many workers right
Mineral
now.
field depleted.
Who wants some?
Let's move over here and siege
By
up.
the numbers, boys.
So his army's going to still be sitting there. He only moved because he didn't want me to know where he was.
Get ready.
If I can kill that warp prism, I'm doing really well. Okay. And he hasn't really rebuilt any immortals. Again, he has +1 attack, and we saw in the unit tester what upgrade difference does. So even though Protoss units generally 1-for-1 are the strongest, because I have upgrades, I'm in a much better spot.
Landing.
Armed and ready.
Again, we'll take another base, we'll take it in the front. And he still doesn't... Oh, he does have his third up now, but that's okay. There's not really anything worth killing there. So we'll siege up the tanks and we'll move forward. Again, right now the unit count is actually kind of... Oh, it's a bit one-sided now, but it was pretty even. We're just going to move in, we're going to unsiege those. We're going to load up. Come on, please. And we wanted to fly in the main, but he quit. So that's good. That was actually a pretty good game by him. We're going to go back quickly and just look at the differences and why we managed to get upgrades much earlier. So he went for a much more all-in type build. Yeah, I actually made a pretty big mistake here. And that was I never actually saw his units. I'm going to have the unit tab open. And look at the worker count. I saw he had gateways. I thought it would be earlier pressure, and it wasn't. Like a few zealots attacking the bunker. Not really anything. I've still got my worker lead. He's getting a bit of everything. Robo Basilican Twilight Council. He actually caught up in workers now. As I'm worrying about, you know, any oracles that could be coming out now. I'm worrying about my upgrades. As I say, he's getting charged for his zealots, but no other real upgrades. And if we notice, if we go to my vision, I haven't actually seen any army. Do I still have the Reaper? I don't. So the Reaper's gone and then died to the Adept here before he's actually had units. So again, now he's got the Immortal. He's starting to get units. And again, I am actually going to be ahead in upgrades here. My 1-1's done before his Forge done. His Forge is just starting. He starts +1, my 2-2's on the way. Here we go. So look at the moment, I'm 16 workers up. Now I'm going to slow it down a bit because I want to explain why I microed here. As you can see, he has a lot of units, a lot more than me. If you look at active forces, oh no, active forces, sorry again, we'll just look at units. I have 20 more workers at this point. We have the same supply, so he has 20 more army supply. And my tank's out of position. So we do okay. So we run back and we attack. We run back and we attack. So it's only a small thing. Now we've still got the guys in the bunker. Running away because my bunker's still going to hit them. Usually in this situation, if you think you're going to panic or you're not confident in like being able to stutter step that well, it's really simple there. I tried my best to explain it. Pull your workers. Pulling the workers is really good. Because if he's going to have this many more army than you, and you're building a lot of workers, and you know, like, hey, 7 minutes and I got 50 workers, I'm doing pretty well. That means you're ahead. Like, there's no way that he'll have more workers and more army at this point, unless you're really stuffed up getting workers early. So you should be okay. But yeah, grab all the boys here. You got what? 18, 24 workers that you can pull. Yeah, they have armory upgrades. They don't get attack upgrades, but they'll still do something. You know, even if it's just tank shots. My units can keep attacking. That's what's important. So this is actually really close because he has the Warp Prison. And he has, what, 7 gateways? This is a pretty hard commit from him. And he does well to kite it out and run away and walk in zealots. Yeah, my production was a bit sloppy and I didn't have my I unhotkeeyed my factory somehow at one point. Then we pick up our army to run it away so it doesn't die. Yeah, because of our barracks production right now, we are getting a lot of units out. So we are going to be able to hold. That's what's important. At this point, once you know, like, you've remembered to keep building units and you can see his unit numbers just kind of coming in waves like this, you've pretty well held. Pretty well held. And yeah, because you got that Marauder slow, he just has to keep running away and all these zealots are dead. That's why you got to remember to keep getting those Marauders, as they're really good against gateway units. Alright. So I'm going to do one more. Hopefully play against a different race. And look, again, this is good. Another game where he was doing a lot more per minute than I was. But again, I made more workers, so I had more resources to have, you know, whether spent or unspent. Okay, and we get Zerg. Good. After this game, I'll go back to the graph and look at the army value of the first one, just to kind of showcase the difference in workers active and army value better. Okay, so this guy was Zerg, right? Yep. So we've got to prepare a little bit differently for this one.
Go ahead.
In
Not
terms of
enough
we don't need the
minerals.
missile turrets as
Not
early,
enough minerals.
but we need to build our natural up here on the high ground. Right in this little corner.
SCV ready.
Because that means if he comes out with any kind of Ling rush, that it will be in a safe location, we won't have to cancel it, we won't fall behind.
Additional
We also
supply
got to be
depots
wary of the
required.
fact that Zerg should actually have more workers than us. So in terms of playing against Zerg, don't compare how many workers they had to how many you had, because one for one, our units are going to be stronger.
SCV
Like one
ready.
Marine is always going to kill one Zergling.
Big job.
And we're going to grab a Reaper just for scouting. We're going to not attack anything unless we're attacked.
SCV ready.
If he comes here on their side of the map with the Reaper, do not attack anything. If it gets cornered, then you can attack stuff. If you know it's dead. Only time you attack with the Reaper.
SCV ready.
Otherwise, we're going to get distracted and we're going to forget to do other things like build our workers. Or upgrade our CC to an orbital, even that should be already on the way. As this worker finishes, we get the orbital. I was a bit slow on the gas. It's okay, it's no biggie. You're not going to get it perfect every time. You know, it's good to hold yourself to a high standard and all that, but don't expect
Insufficient
perfection
SB
every
gas.
time.
Not enough minerals.
So if he 12 pulled, I think there's a chance he actually can get a Ling in here if the
What's going on?
depot isn't down. So I'm going to drop that depot. Even if they ruck up, I'm not 100% sure on the timing, but if Lings
Command
ruck
center
up while
upgrade
this is happening,
complete.
it's okay. This is still a wall off. So right now everything's coming together. We're pretty safe. Nothing he can really do is going to hurt us.
Ready.
Let's go have a look at what's going on.
Bad news. Go ahead.
Let's return that, get my second gas. I'm going to get a Marine before I get a Tech Lab. That's only because we can, one, if any Lings ruck up, we can kill them, and for the Overlord if it stays around.
SCV ready.
Oops.
What's it worth? I'm listening. Armed and
Does he
ready.
have a pull yet? Yes, he does, because that's a pretty early queen.
Ready.
See again, while I'm moving it,
Death from above.
you can shift click it around so you can go back and you have time.
SCV
that.
ready.
Oops, there's another queen.
Nothing.
He has a really high drone count, and he pulled them to try to kill the Reaper.
Fair enough.
And we get him out alive. We've done it. Does he have a third? That's the other question we need to address.
Fear the Reaper man.
Add-on
Not there, it might be
complete.
over here.
Big job,
Let's
huh?
got another
Command
barracks.
center upgrade complete.
Let's get our starport. I want to get our 2 NG base.
By the numbers.
I want to start getting stim. It is kind of early to actually go for stim right now,
Add-on
SCV
and he
ready.
has no third. So I'm going to patrol
That's all.
from each of those bases. It's going to actually come down here. Just so we know
Be good. Who won?
when he goes for his third, that is pretty important, and we can get a tanker ready.
SCV ready.
Hotkey the NG bays and move our workers back. We can get the reactor on our starport. Go back to workers and mules. Okay, this will also kind of tell us if his creep starts to spread out from here, the Reaper can catch the tumor and kill it maybe.
What's going on? Been
Let's go
waiting on
here.
you. SCV
Okay.
ready.
So 4 minutes 30, we're going to start +1. That's pretty good.
Ready to roll out.
And then with our next 100 gas, we're going to go for +1 armor.
insufficient.
Usually it's just better to go for attack first, at least in my opinion. Because I have a lot of minerals, I can afford to throw a few guys extra
Insufficient
onto
Thespian
gas. And right now I am going to start needing SCVs for depots. They actually should have been at the front, but it's okay.
Additional add-on
It's
complete.
not the end of the world.
Yo,
After these three are done,
SCV
we'll
ready.
shift click them back onto their
Additional
mineral
supply
line.
depots required.
We'll get these boys onto our gas. And we're going to look at getting an armory now.
Job.
So the armory's at a bit of a better time now because we will be able...
Bad news.
Oh, what's under attack? What's he got? He has roaches, okay.
SCV ready.
So I actually have a lot of
Insufficient
marines and not a lot of marauders, so now's a good time to start getting more marauders.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Tanks are pretty good against roaches as well, but marauders are just beefy and can slow them down.
I'm going.
So have a look right now. Again, we're doing pretty well. We do want the third to go down. I'm going to take a risk and build it on location. You probably shouldn't. It's always good to just try not to against Zerg because, you know, Ling run bys and the like.
Add-on
We get
complete.
combat shield. Ooh, what was that?
Been waiting on you.
Waiting on you.
SCV ready.
No overlord is allowed to live. So the armory's done before 1-1's finished, which is pretty good for us.
This better be good.
Because it means when 1-1 is done, we can jump straight into 2-2. I'm going to use my next bit of energy on a scan, so that'll come
Upgrade
soon.
complete.
Big job, huh? SCV ready.
A few more of those. Put that tank over
Ready
here.
for pickup?
Alright, I've got the scan. And I see a few roaches. He's getting roach speed, because you can see as the building's having a fit, that means there's an upgrade happening.
Add-on complete.
So he's also actually getting his +1. Roach speed's finished.
On who wants some?
Because I don't know what else he has, I want to drop my missile turrets now, because I don't want any surprise mutilisks.
Bad news.
Ready for dust off.
And I have 55 workers already. I'm doing pretty well on the worker count.
Oh, it's on.
Oh,
Insufficient
my +1's
Vespene
done.
gas.
So I'm a few seconds late here on the
Insufficient
+2.
Vespene gas.
So I'm actually going to cancel that tank.
Insufficient
get my
Vespene
upgrades.
gas.
Usually the tank is probably actually better, but we'll see how we go.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Let's have a blast.
Does he have a third? Yes, he does. And he has +1.
About to get heavy.
I'm with my army out here. I don't really want to be trapped. And he has Hydralisks. So he's going for Roach Hydra, which we're actually really... like, we deal with really well.
Command center upgrade complete. Insufficient.
And right now, all I really want is extra gas. And another depot wall. I don't want any surprises, and if there is a surprise, I would like time to deal with it. It also means I can leave a tank here, and the rest of my
Mineral
army
field
here.
depleted.
Go, go, go.
Mineral field
It's
depleted.
go time. Yo.
Let's grab a handful of these workers and bring them over. I'll send one over here to take
Not
my
enough
4th base.
minerals.
So now Eco's kind of in full swing.
So,
Everything's happening. I'll do one more scan here.
Research
He actually has
complete.
+2/+1. His upgrades are really good,
baby.
but his worker count isn't. As you can see, he doesn't have many
Mineral field
units.
depleted.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave my tanks at home
Armed and
and
ready.
move out with everything else.
Fueled
Remember to keep
Not
training
enough
things.
minerals.
We can get that +2 vehicle
Upgrade
weaponry.
complete.
Bad news. What's going?
Again, making sure that we have
Not
guys
enough minerals.
on gas so we can jump straight into 3-3 when it's done.
Better be good.
Alright, so I'm actually going to wait here. Because I've only got 20 odd seconds until... Oops, actually, I messed up my hotkeys. 20 seconds until my +2's done.
Who wants some?
ready to roll
Again.
out.
Armed and ready.
Okay, so I'm going to start +3 before I attack.
Upgrade complete.
SCV ready.
Upgrade complete.
By the number.
Okay, so I'm going to scan one more time. He has +2/+1, so I'm an
This
upgrade
man
up.
been waiting on you.
Step back on in.
Got it.
See how he goes. Marine Marauder, Medevac is really good against Roach Hydra. Spin again because I'm pretty healthy. He's going to win okay. He has a lot of a bigger army than we thought.
Light, ready for pickup.
Armed and
That was without the tanks. So that's actually pretty good for us for a couple of reasons.
it's about to get heavy.
One of them being we now know how big his army is and what's in it.
Yep. This better be.
What's
The
our
other is now it's
target?
converting into an attack. And attacking for him right now
In the
isn't
rear
actually
with
the best
the
thing.
gangway. Coming through.
These tanks,
Let's
these
have a
roaches are
blast.
gonna die, and we're gonna clean up.
Ready for
So he's still on 2-1 and our 3-3's half done. So we're looking pretty
Mineral
good.
field depleted.
And his army wasn't really grouped together. I could have been a pathing issue because of the depots here.
Been waiting on who wants some.
But either way,
Kaboom,
let's
baby.
make sure I hook key up the other barracks. Again, we're getting to dangerously high worker numbers. We're actually having, again, the issue of too many workers. So we'll go and cancel a few. His Evo chambers are going to work. And my 3-3 is almost done.
Let's have a blast.
Alright, so we're going to go end this game now. And we're just going to try and take it slow with our push. We're not going to rush into anything
Mineral
because
field
Zerg can be pretty
completed.
dangerous. I have enough energy to scam pretty much as I want.
This better be good. Been
But
waiting
before I actually move in, I'm going to siege up here.
to me, boy.
Just keep
Kaboom,
building
baby.
units. I'm going to get
What's
another
going on?
factory.
You gonna give me orders?
I want my 3-3 to be done first. He's getting corruptors, probably for broodlords eventually.
Who wants some?
Go ahead.
Oh, it's on.
Okay.
Armed and ready.
He now has 2-2. So now I definitely want to wait for
Upgrade
3-3, which
complete.
has just finished.
Upgrade complete.
Ready to roll
You want a piece of me, boy? Go on.
out. Go ahead.
I'm
Mineral
going to go
field
and start my
depleted.
+3 vehicle weapon. So let's move the tanks up.
Go time.
Scan forward, bring them over here,
By the numbers.
and stem. I want to run back because he has a good angle. And now he's in tank range.
Complete.
I think I double stim there. But again, he has 2-3, I have 3-3. So being an upgrade up and having a better unit come, due to the fact that these units that we have are like deal really well with Roach Hydra. GG. Well played. I don't know why he hasn't quit yet, but that's okay. So again, just in case he has like 6 hidden bases,
Additional supply depots required.
go back and keep macroing. To this point, it's pretty comfortable. But yeah, so that guy again was actually really on point with his upgrades. Let's see when he started getting his. Now again, just real quick, with Zerg, like with the worker count, he should be higher. He should be ahead in upgrades. That's what they want. Their goal is to be ahead in upgrades the entire game, like more so than other races. Like often a Protoss will get 1 forge and just get +1 attack, +2 attack, +3 attack. Or maybe after +1 they drop their other forge and keep their attack upgrade pretty much ahead of their armor the entire game. Zerg needs the 1-1 because their units are weaker 1-for-1. That's why they can get bigger armies. And their upgrades should be ahead. So right here, he's getting +1. His +1's actually quicker than me. But both of mine are on the way and Stim's almost done. So his +1 won't actually do too much right now. He also has enough for +1 armor, but he's not getting it. He has a bit of lava he could be using. But yeah, that unit count, the drone count, sorry, is kind of the main thing here. That his should be pretty much on point with ours. Yeah, he actually is getting a very early infestation pit, which is surprising. And his Hydra. So is it still? Yep, he's getting 3. Okay, so he's starting to fall behind as he goes for more units. Like, as you can see, his supply is significantly higher than ours. He has a lot bigger army. I have 6 Marines, a Marauder, and a tank. He has 14 Roaches. So luckily he didn't attack, because if he actually attacked right now, I could be in a bit of trouble. My wall isn't done. But then again, I could just pull the boys. And the tank is far enough back that it can hit the ramp, whereas he has to run up it. And I do have stim, and I'm about to have 1-1. Again, his +2's on the way. So yeah, his upgrades are actually pretty on point. He's a bit slow with the armor, but he's pretty spot on for the attack. And his workers aren't what they should be, but that's okay. Outside that, we're doing pretty well. So as you can see, especially in this lower MMR, it isn't too out of reach to have more workers than your opponent in every single game. That's what you should aim for. Even if they all in you and lose, you gotta just look back at your replay and be like, okay, did I scout properly? What did I do? What didn't I do? Because at this point, what vision have I had? Not much. I saw that he had a few roaches, and I saw the double Evo, and that's all I've seen. Like, I knew he had a lair because he was getting roach speed, and that needs a lair. But you guys will learn that after just playing for a while. So, I don't know what it was I scanned, but I did see the movement. I hadn't seen hydras at this point. I didn't know about the infestation pit. I didn't know he had all these roaches chilling back here. I'd only seen 4 or 5 up here. And I didn't know about the third yet. I know I'm getting my third now, so it's not too bad. You know, so I thought I was ahead in the base. Turns out we're pretty even, which is an advantage for the Terran because as a Zerg, you really want to focus on expanding early. But yeah, then yeah, +2's starting up for us. Yeah, so his +2 attack is going to be well ahead. This is pretty, upgrade-wise, it's actually pretty good by him. Everything else, you know, he could have attacked a few times by now and actually done a decent amount of damage. He didn't. I didn't have a bunker this game. I just had the tank. If you are worried about early all-ins, get a second tank earlier instead of trying to build up barracks and upgrades. You can delay upgrades if you think it'll save your life. So there is that. So like I said before, I'm just going to quickly go back onto the match history of that 2 games. We have that first game. I'll look at the graph. I'll look at the army value. I'll do it for the other game too. So when his army was this big, look how big mine was. It would look straight across from, say, here. His is over 3k. Mine's under 1800. So his army is significantly stronger. What time is that in the game? That's 7 minutes 30. We look at 7 minutes 30 in the game. His workers are sitting just under 40, so or maybe 40. 38 to 40. Our workers are up near 60. I think he had 37 at the time, and I had 59. I think was the count. So yeah, it's. I mean, that attack would probably beat a lot of people that would watch this, which is fine. Like, by all means, like, don't worry if you lose that game just because I didn't. That's fine. Like, it doesn't matter. You know, because I didn't actually do much. It's not like I microed my heart out and split everything up and all that. I just kind of stutter step, which I'll go over. Probably in my next episode will be micro. I think that's what I've got it down as in my notes. It'll be in the next 1 or 2 episodes, guys. So we'll worry about that then, like more in depth. But yeah, just general idea. Upgrade spend in this game ends up well and truly above. And that comes down to this. The workers created. Everything, that's why I did workers first. You want a lot of workers. Workers give you resource. Like, average on spend resources, don't worry about that. That will get lower the more you play. The better you become, you'll be quicker at spending your resources. So as I'm taking it pretty chilled, man, APM's, you know, like 100-ish in these games rather than like the 200 I get on my... I'm like really, really trying, which isn't even super high. You'll start spending your resources more and you'll be like, you know, more adept at that. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this this video, and I will see you guys next time. Again, I will be uploading more regularly. I want to get the Terran stuff finished, and I can start doing Zerg and Protoss. But yeah, was really sick recently, and I had mouse issues. I had to get a new mouse. My mouse died. Like, left click wouldn't work, scroll wheel wouldn't work. It was terrible. So, and then yeah, all of that kind of has put me back like a month and a half or something really bad. So I'm sorry about that, guys. And be sure to keep checking on my stream. I should be streaming in the next few days, probably on Friday actually. I don't know what day it is. This will be uploaded on Wednesday, so yeah, be on the lookout, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in.